day, investors. This is your number one Eboreta Victoria, Vickers Properties. So right here today, I'll be talking about the crash of Western real estate versus the boom of Nigeria real estate. So I would like you to please sit down and watch this video to the end. My name is Victoria of Vickers Properties. You're watching me for the first time. Please click on the subscription button of this YouTube channel to subscribe so you always be notified every of the latest updates. Your returning subscriber, thank you for always watching our videos. Like our page, comment. If you have not subscribed yet, please do click on the subscription button of this YouTube channel to subscribe. Today we'll be looking at the crash of the Western real estate versus the boom of Nigeria real estate, episode 3. Hope you enjoyed the episode 2 that I treated last week. Some of you that be following from the beginning, you watched the episode 1, the episode 2, and today the episode 3. So you'll be seeing, I'll be throwing more light on this crash of Western real estate and the boom of Nigeria real estate. So please stay tuned. Right now in US, the mortgage rates has been fixed. If you're buying a house now, you're paying for a longer period, like 30 years, the fixed rate is 7.3%. You're paying within 15 years, which is a shorter period, the fixed rate is 6.3. Can you see that? The shorter the period, the lesser the interest rate. Imagine you paying this for this period of time. Wow. And whether you are buying house or you are buying land over there in the Western world, you have to be paying tax. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, when you buy a house or a land, finish your payment, that's all. No tax, no payment of tax. But over there in the Western world, you pay tax on a yearly basis. Even while you have completed your payment of your house or your land, you still pay tax. Wow. So now in US right now, they've reached their debt ceiling, and right now they are trying to raise their debt ceiling. Some people will ask, what is debt ceiling? Is a legislative limit of amount of debt that can be incurred by the US Treasury. Debt limit. But right now the US is about to raise their debt limit. Raising their debt limit is meaning they want to borrow more to enable them pay their federal workers, the military, to pay a lot of there are people who benefit from the government right there, like the social welfare. And US supports some countries. They want to borrow more money so that they can be able to. But the opposition party is not agreeing to this. The only condition at which they will agree to them increasing their debt ceiling is by cutting down on these things, like I mentioned before, that they do pay. Like the military, supporting other countries' military, they have to cut down on those things. Social welfare, immigrants that they help, all these other things, we have to cut down on these things. Imagine some families that are benefiting from the government. There are some families that the women, they have kids that they benefit from the government. Imagine them cutting down on this thing, that they are no longer giving them these benefits. You know what that means in the society. This is the only, and it's still on. It started last week. They are still debating on it. So the opposition party refused to consent to what the Democrats are saying, that they want to raise their debt ceiling. They have to cut down on these things before the opposition party can consent to them raising their debt limit. So what does this tell you? That what the economy in the Western world is going through right now. And you can see right now there is this competition in dollarization. There's competition right now. The China with coupled with others that I mentioned to you last week. They are trying to compete with dollar to bring down dollar so that they can be able to create another currency. So there's this competition. Between 2007 2008, there was reception in the Western world talking about the subprime crash. The subprime crash, it affected even the real estate in the Western world, that they started selling houses to people who were not credit worthy because of inflation and the layoff of workers. People who bought houses then couldn't meet up their payment. They couldn't meet up because some of them were laid off of their jobs. They couldn't meet up, so these people were not credit worthy to be able to pay off their mortgage. So, but right now, like I said, there was reception which was caused by inflation and layoff of workers. But right now, what is going on right now? There is deflation, inflation, which leads to stagflation. You say, what is deflation? What is inflation? And what is stagflation? Deflation is when the prices of goods and services is reduced and the value of the currency increases. But this leads to the fall of profits for organization. That's where the cause of layoff. When the organizations that people are working with are not getting profits, they tend to lay off staffs, they tend to lay off workers. So this is deflation. For inflation, the prices of goods and services increases, like what is going on right now in the Western world. There is inflation all over. The price of things have shoot up. Price of rental, price of food, price of goods and services, even aviation. Now the flight fare has skyrocketed, gas, a lot of things. When we talk about stagflation, stagflation is the slowdown of economic growth and joblessness coincide with rising inflation. So there's deflation plus inflation, which now leads to stagflation. That is what is happening right now in the Western world. You can see even right now on social media, you can see what is happening in big shops right now, in malls right now, that people go stealing. You see women, you see youth, they go there to steal because they can afford these things anymore. What they can buy before with their credit card, before now in the Western world, because they have credit card, they can go buy whatever they want, whether they want it or not. Their wants, their need, they buy anything, whether they need it or not, they just buy because they have the credit card. But right now, it's not so anymore. It's cutting down. It's affecting the youth right now, that you see them going to shops to steal. We have the like of Bed, Bath, Beyond, and Walmart. They are shutting down some of their branches right now because of these stealings, that people come there to steal. So they are shutting down their branches, some of their branches right now. Before you know, so before they all go down, most of their branches are shutting them up. And as they're shutting these branches, what about the people working there? They're losing their jobs. That's the layoff of workers. You see the stagflation, the slow of economy and joblessness that coincide with rising inflation. So you can see that the cost of living right now is high. People don't think of their wants anymore. You know, when we talk about wants, these are things that they're not really needed, but just want to have them, like cars, luxury. You see, especially the youth in the Western world, they just want to buy things. They just want to live high life. They want to buy things that, whether they need them or not. Just this is what make the economy to grow. That the deflation. This is what makes economy to grow. But right now, it's no longer happening. All people are thinking about is how to survive, just what to eat. But they can't afford those luxuries they used to buy at any point in time. They can't be buying it anymore. That's why you see them going to loot shops to steal right there. Like I mentioned to you, these are some of these big shopping mall like Bed, Bath, Beyond, and Walmart. They are shutting down some of their branches. Just imagine that. So what is this telling you? This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call, because right now there is competition in dollarization. I mentioned to you last week that dollar, there's competition in dollar, that you see China with some other countries to create another currency that will compete with dollar. So right now that you can still get this dollar, pounds, and euro that is still valuable right now, this is the time to start coming back home to invest. Like I mentioned to you, the mortgage, you buy property, whether you're finished paying for it in the Western world, you still pay tax, which we don't have here in Nigeria. You buy, you finish your payment, that's all. No tax payment that you'll be paying tax every year. Unlike in the Western world, you buy land, you finish paying your money, you still pay tax on it, whether you build on it or not, you are paying tax. You don't have that right here in Nigeria. You buy your land, that's all. Until you start building, no tax payments. So why keep that your money there, and why not come down here to invest, that you don't pay tax on your house you buy here or your land? So, and like I mentioned, the economy right now, US the debt ceiling, they've reached that $31.3 trillion, and they want to borrow more. The benefits you used to get before, they're going to be cut down. This is a wake-up call for you right now to come home to invest. That the money is still, you still have that dollar with you, you still have that pounds, you still have that euro, and it's still valuable here right now. So, like some persons will say, why should I come to Nigeria? Let me tell you, it's so certain right now that Nigeria will be the world leading power. You say, for where? How is that going to happen? Okay, how is it going to happen? You can see in the Western world, especially in the US, the older people are more active than the youth. The older people are more active. They are the one going to work. They are the one that are working to make ends meet. The youths are, because they have benefits, they just feel reluctant, they enjoy their credit cards. But in Nigeria, why did I say Nigeria will be the leading power in the nearest future? Because of the youth. Nigeria have more percent of youths, able youths that are ready to work. That's why you see right now, investors are coming down to Nigeria. Do you know what industrialization is? The economy driven of wealth to a nation. Nigeria is getting to that. Why did I say so? You can see last year, the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, commissioned some industries before the end of 2022, the like of the Lekki seaports, the rice factory, Dangote refinery, and many others. You've heard of the Blue Ray. All these things that I mentioned and many more that the governments are creating in Nigeria. will make the purchasing power to be strong. Yes, when all this starts functioning and they employ more youths and they are working and they are making money, they will want to buy properties, they will want to buy a house, and the purchasing power will be strong. Then the naira will be strong. Take for instance, lands you are buying 2 million naira right now, that some of you may think they are expensive. They've not yet reached the peak, because by the time these youths are now employed in this industries that are coming up, and they are working, they are making money, the prices of things, price of properties, land, house will skyrocket. At that time, what you used to buy at 2 million before, you start hearing 20 million, 30 million, even more. So that's why I said the houses, the lands you're buying right now that you were saying these are expensive, they've not yet reached the peak. You know, like there in America, there are some lands you can buy there are some houses you can buy there, $300,000, and you know the value of that money, $500,000. You know the value of that money when you convert it, even more. So Nigeria have not reached the peak in real estate. So properties you are buying right now, houses, land you are buying right now, they are still much affordable. Take for instance, in Ikoyi, few years ago, who will buy land for 10 million naira? But today you hear 1.something billion. So what am I saying? This is a wake-up call for you right there in diaspora to come over to Nigeria to invest, because right now there are some countries in Africa that are going to be world leading power. There are some countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania. You see, the people right now in America are leaving America to go and invest right there. They are building their houses there, living there. Some of Americans have left America right now to go to some Africa countries to buy houses, to buy land and build and start living there. Because why? Of the decline of the economy in America, in the Western world. And you see what is going on right there. Stealing, robbing. Before now, you know how you live your life over there. But right now, it's not the same. So the earlier the better, because there are some of our Nigerians right there that have not even thought of Nigeria in 1 second. They've never thought of, what am I coming to do in Nigeria? Why do I need to come? I've left that country, I'm no longer coming, I don't want anything to do with Nigeria. But the time is coming, you will have something to do with Nigeria, that the place you thought was a safe haven for you will no longer be that anymore, and the place you thought is nothing will now be the leading power. You know what that means? Now you can still bring that your dollar, that your euro, that your pounds, and you change it here in Nigeria, and you can be able to buy property. You can still do your payment plan, and you can be able to get one property now, even if, no matter how small it is, 1.something, 2 million or so. Those ones you are thinking that, why should I go and buy land in Lekki for 2 million, 3 million, 5 million? Let me tell you, in the next few years, you will be shocked how much land will be selling right there. Yeah. Few years ago, that same Ekpe, people were buying land there 5,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, even less. Yes. But today, you hear million. That is not even expensive. Like I said, it's going to shoot up. So take advantage of. So now you can see why you need to come over to Nigeria to invest. You can see what is going on right now in the Western world. Some of the Nigerians in diaspora that has been in the Western world for like 30, 20 years ago, they know what I'm saying. Because when they were there, things were so beautiful. But you can see right now, things are no longer the way they used to be anymore. If you go to social media, you see some kind of things happening right there in America, in the Western world right now, that is so crazy. For people who have this luxury, who have this simple, easy lifestyle, they can get whatever they want to get. Now things are no longer the way they used to be. They have to go stealing. They have to cut down on things, managing. Even some right now can't even get 3 square meals. Even some right now are having challenge with their renter. They can't even get good accommodation. Some even are sleeping in tents. But so I think this little information that I've given, hope you enjoy it and you wake up. I think this is a wake-up call for those Nigerians in diaspora. So thank you for watching this video. Your first time subscriber, this is Victoria of Vicrest Properties. Please don't forget to click on the subscription button of this YouTube channel to subscribe. Your returning subscriber, thank you for always watching our videos. Like our page, comment. If you have not subscribed yet, because some of you watch and you have not subscribed, please click on the subscription button of this YouTube channel to subscribe, so you always be notified every of the latest updates, every of the latest notification. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful Sunday and a blessed new week ahead. Thank you.